WrestleMania week is upon us, and I'm getting ready, I'm getting set, and I am heading to California. Let's go. What is going on out there, world? It's your boy Tommy on the spot for Watch Along Wrestling, and even though I'm still battling the bout with Bell's palsy, you can probably tell that I am fired up, I am excited, and that is because it all starts for me tonight. In just a few hours, I'm going to be heading from my place here in New York City, traveling across country over to Los Angeles, and I will say I am excited. WrestleMania 39, this is actually going to be, and it's one of these things that, until I take a step back and think about, this is going to be my 7th WrestleMania trip of the 30s. So from 30 to 39, I will have gone to 7 of those 10 events. Probably would have even been to a couple more of them had it not been for the pandemic. But here we go, going back to back. Last year we went down to Dallas, Texas. This year, Los Angeles, and my awesome wife, who continues to do these trips with me, is ready to go. We're going to head down there, and we're even bringing our 3-year-old with us for her first WrestleMania trip. So it's going to be awesome, a family affair, if you will. And in this video, I'm going to break down my entire trip for the week. But if it's your first time visiting the channel, what better time than to sign up than right now and subscribe to Watch Along Wrestling. We've got looks back 5 years ago at WrestleMania 34, 10 years ago to WrestleMania 29, even got a behind-the-scenes look back at my WrestleMania 33 vlog back in 2017 when I first got engaged to my wife. That's a really fun watch that I did with my main man, Steve. So tons of great content to get you set for WrestleMania, but the bread and butter of this channel, I know, is the vlogs. And of course, we're going to be setting everything up. We're going to be filming everything along the way here for our trip. It's going to be fun, and then I'll come back and I'll probably post an entire week from Wednesday to Tuesday of all my vlogs for the week. It's not going to be all wrestling. I mean, remember, it's a family vacation, but I'll still throw it out there for those who are interested and hopefully start getting some of that up there this week. If not, the latest would be next week. But let's break down my trip here. We are going to be leaving New York City tonight, and it's going to be a red-eye flight. We did this I guess before I even get there. Let's rewind even further back and talk about the planning of this trip. This was a WrestleMania that I was not sure I was going to be able to go to be perfectly honest. The fam and I have been traveling quite a bit. We've had a lot of different weddings that we've been attending, and we have another wedding coming up actually in Europe, in Serbia, just next month. And so with all these different weddings and all these travel coming around, we did have to take a step back and say, maybe there's only so many vacation dollars allotted. Maybe we take a step back when it comes to this WrestleMania and this trip. But at the end of the day, we were able to pull it off. We are going to be doing the trip, and it's going to be great. It's going to be a 6-day trip. And I think a lot of what we decided to do with this trip, really why we inevitably decided to do, is just my wife is a student, and this is probably her last time around where she'll be able to travel before that curriculum really gets kind of picked up and continues to become a little more fast-paced over these next couple of years. So we had the time. We figured, hey, why not? Let's do WrestleMania. Let's bring our daughter with us. And we're gonna have a lot of fun. We did California just last year for a wedding, ironically enough, and it was great. But now my daughter's a little older, so I think she'll appreciate it even more. And she's even started to become a little bit of a wrestling fan, which I'll get to here in a minute. So I'm excited for it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And I think back, I did that retrospective 10 years ago with my boys James and Toby. And if you told me 10 years later I'd be going to WrestleMania with my wife and a young daughter, I would have said you were nuts, but I'm excited to be doing it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Total different world, and here we go. So we are going to be arriving in LA at about 2 a.m. That feels really late, but really it's 5 a.m. New York time, so the time change shouldn't be so bad. Reason for this, for years we've always gone out first thing in the morning on Thursday, or first thing, whichever day we arrive, we normally get there first thing in the morning, and then what ends up happening is we drag ass until we can finally check into the hotel. We check into the hotel, we lay down for an afternoon nap, end up sleeping away half the evening. Last year we did this and missed a meet and greet with Stone Cold Steve Austin in downtown Texas. That would have been awesome to get to. So this time, ended up, we were like, no, not going to do it again. Let's just overnight it. So we're going to go down Wednesday night, hopefully be able to sleep a bit on the plane. The hope also is it'll be good for my daughter. It's a direct flight, so she'll hopefully sleep the entire way from New York to California. After the first hour or so of excitement of being on a plane kind of starts to wear off a bit. But I think that'll be good for her. We'll get there 2 a.m., shoot right to the hotel, And then once that happens, we can check in immediately. I think right now is actually the check-in time for that hotel. So it'll be great. We'll be able to check in and go right back to sleep here, and then hopefully be able to hit the ground running first thing in the morning, because we've got a lot of fun stuff planned for the weekend. Now, I had mentioned earlier, I'm not typically the type of person that goes on these trips and does 500 wrestling things. Actually, my wrestling is pretty limited. Normally, back in the day, we do these wrestling trips. My wife would say, hey, let's do an Access, let's do Mania, let's do NXT TakeOver, and maybe do Raw the following night. But for the most part, it's just been Access, TakeOver, WrestleMania. Now with WrestleMania 2 nights, and last year being so exhausting, we have the 2 nights of WrestleMania, we have the 1 trip to the Superstore planned, and a meet and greet, and that's pretty much all of our wrestling stuff. The reason for that is because this is also my wife's birthday weekend, so we kind of double up on this and make sure that she has a great trip for her birthday, and then some wrestling kind of tied in. So let's break it down. Starts tomorrow, really, even though we arrive tonight into tomorrow morning. We'll hit the ground running in the morning. I did hear about this restaurant called the Black Bear Restaurant. I want to hit there for breakfast. Kind of up in the air on some plans. There is a state park that's about 3 hours away from California that has some, really good types of photo ops that you can take with these sculptures. I think we really want to take advantage of that and try to head there. If we could do it tomorrow, I think it makes the most sense. Just get up early, head there, get that done, get our photo ops, and shoot back to LA for plenty of time for our dinner reservation. So I think that might be on the itinerary. If not, I do think we're going to head to Santa Monica Pier. I'd also love to hit the Superstore. I feel like there's a real excitement level when you're first going to WrestleMania that can only be amplified by going to the Superstore, getting your merchandise. Kind of like when you go to Disney, right? You go to Disney, you want to go to Disney Springs, you want to hit up the world of Disney and get all of your stuff for your trip. So I think this is the best opportunity to do so, and I hope that we're able to get there tomorrow right as the Superstore opens, before a huge influx of crowds come through. And you also get your photo ops, you get to see all the stuff in the main area. And I'm not sure when we go to our meet and greet that we're going to have so much time to do the Superstore. So with that being said, I think that's our best option, and then we'll kind of be able to make it work there. So hopefully Superstore tomorrow. Tomorrow night we do have a reservation for a belly dancing dinner. That'll be a lot of fun. That's kind of for my wife's birthday dinner. So we're going to do that. I think my wife's going to try to get some makeup done prior. So I love going there with my wife to the Superstore. I would say maybe that's an opportunity for my daughter and I to go, but usually she has a good time when she comes with. So hopefully we'll be able to make that a family affair, and it'll be a lot of fun. Friday morning, I'd love to go to, my plan is to go to Santa Monica Boulevard. Check some of that out. Route 66. There's a lot of really good restaurants and shops to check it out. And come here, a little closer. I am so sure that my wife will not watch this video, at least right away, that I can tell you that I have gotten my wife a birthday cake that will be available on Friday. So hopefully be able to convince the family to go down, and then boom, big surprise, here's your birthday cake. So my wife thinks that I haven't gotten the birthday cake, and but I did actually set that up, so that will be available for us to be picked up on Santa Monica Boulevard in the middle of LA. And then I'm hoping we can parlay that into go checking out the Hollywood sign, go doing a couple of the different touristy type things in LA. Even though I've done these about 10 years ago with my wife, my daughter hasn't. So if she gets an opportunity to see the Hollywood sign, to go see the Walk of Fame, I think she might really enjoy that. So hopefully we'll be able to do that to start our day on Friday. Friday night, we have another reservation for dinner for my wife's birthday. Again, I told you, I got to butter up a little bit in order to do these WrestleMania trips. So that's going to be fun, and I know we're excited about that. Moving right along to Saturday, this is when things really get amped up for all things wrestling. My daughter has become a massive fan of the EST, Bianca Belair. It's by far her favorite wrestler, and we were able to get meet and greet opportunities with Bianca Belair. Hopefully they'll allow my wife and I and my daughter to go for that opportunity. She's itty bitty, and she's certainly not going to go without both of us. So it is the ticket is good for a photo opportunity for 2 adults. I'm hoping they'll also just allow her, since she is such a youngster, to come with us. And we'll meet Bianca. My daughter's been talking about it endlessly, and she's really excited about it. So she has her belt ready to go. Gonna get that, be able to pose with Bianca and her belt. So I think that'll be really fun for her. She's got a Bianca shirt. She's got the Elite figure. So she's really, Bianca Belair's her favorite. She's gonna be excited to see that. And then on Saturday night, we are heading to the first night of WrestleMania. We had said last year we weren't gonna do 2 nights. But WWE is smart. You know, you got your big match on Sunday between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, and basically everyone else is on Saturday night. You got Seth Rollins, you got John Cena, you've got Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish, Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. Big loaded show on Saturday. So it's hard to just not go and do that, especially if you're in town for it. So we're going to do it Saturday. There is also a Swan Ride that we want to try to hit up. So I don't know if that's going to be Saturday after WrestleMania, or if maybe we even do that Friday after our reservation, but hopefully we'll be able to do that. Then after that, we're going to come back. Sunday, another loaded day. My cousin is down in California, LA, so he just got a place out there, so we're going to go check out his place. Recently also had a child, so we'll go see him. He's a youngster, about 6 to 8 months, so excited to go see him, spend the afternoon out there with him on Sunday, and then come back to the SoFi Stadium for the second day of WrestleMania. We're ready for it, man. It's gonna be fun. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. I know that we're into that. We're excited about it, and this is one that I think my wife. In years past, we've gone to WrestleMania, and I've asked her which we're actually looking forward to, and she just kind of goes, I don't know who's on the show, right? This year, she's into it. She's into Cody and Roman. She's into Rey Mysterio and Dominic. I think that's probably her number one match. And then we got to go Sunday, too, because Bianca's going to be wrestling there, so my daughter will get her first opportunity to see her live. She is wrestling Asuka, who my daughter is petrified of. Asuka showed up at the Royal Rumble with the big mask, and that just absolutely floored my daughter. She did not like that at all. So the idea that Bianca's wrestling Asuka, and I think may lose to Asuka, might be a tough pill to swallow. But we want to see how she does Saturday. So Saturday we don't have good seats. We're up pretty high. We're like section 400s, first row of that section, so we can kind of oversee everything, which is nice. But we are up there, right? Let's plug the nose. Might get a nosebleed. If all goes well Saturday and my daughter enjoys it, we will get tickets for Sunday. And it'll be quite nice. I already got a section or two in mind. Just want to make sure there's no limited viewing from these sections, so I might scope that out on Saturday. And plan to get good seats for Sunday, get ourselves set up. It should be an awesome show, and I'm really excited for it. This leads us to Monday. Monday should be cool. I'm not too sure what we're going to do on Monday. I think that we might go to that state park that I mentioned earlier with those the photo ops with the different statues and everything. If we don't do that, then I think we're going to go on Monday to Disneyland. We're right there. It's not that far away. We don't get an opportunity to go to Disney so often, and if we have a 3-year-old. So with that being said, we're right there. It's kind of like, why not take advantage, be able to go to Disney and really enjoy that. So that is the trip. It's going to be nuts. We also are coming back on Tuesday, so hopefully we'll be able to do something on Tuesday. We're there for a little bit on Tuesday, so we have enough time to maybe do like a lunch at a rooftop or something like that. At least see some things before we go. Nice hotel we're staying at. It's got a nice pool. I did hear it's a little chilly in LA. Let me know in the comment section if that is the truth. But either way, it's WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania, baby! I'm pumped for it. And I will see you guys. Subscribe here. The vlog is coming. I'd say more likely next week. We'll start to unload those once a day. And we're ready to go. WrestleMania season, the greatest time of year. Let's do it.